Test.
Welcome to our regularly scheduled school board meeting, August 9th, 2023. May I have roll call, please?
Mrs. DiCaprio, President.
Here.
Mr. Atway, Vice President.
Here.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Mr. Smallwood.
Here.
Mr. Wilkerson.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, welcome, all three of you. And those out there that are being streamed. At this time, I'd like to pass the flag over to Superintendent Knoll for his start of school update.
All right, I appreciate that. Board members, if you can turn and look up there, if you want to come down and sit, whatever's more comfortable for you. All right, good evening. I'll echo the President's welcome to everybody in person, those of you joining us online. We appreciate that. Well, believe it or not, a wise man told me, ready or not, here they come. All right, but we're going to be ready for them. So schools are right around the corner. So we're going to talk a little bit about welcoming back and then some discussion on facilities moving forward. One of my great things that I like to bring every school year is a district theme. And I've done that every year I've been in Canfield, and this year is no different. So right here it is. This year's theme for our staff and students and community is Positively Canfield. Last year was a fantastic school year. We're going to celebrate a lot of great things that happened last year. In the past, we're going to celebrate those things in the present, this coming school year, and even some of those things in the future. So Positively Canfield it is. All right, so let's get started here with a few reminders. Dr. Potts put out an all call to our high school freshmen and any new students to the high school. We're going to have a little orientation on Wednesday, August the 16th from 6 to 7:30. We're going to take a look at student schedules, talk about expectations in the building, and give everybody a nice tour of the building as well. So get that on your calendar, freshmen, new students to the high school. Our annual open house has been scheduled. So here at the high school on Thursday the 17th from 3:30 to 5. Our middle school on Thursday as well. We always bring the fifth graders in just a little early. Just kind of give them a head start. So fifth grade, Mom and Pa's, you can come in from 5 to 5:30 to get that early start, or anytime from 5:30 to 7 as well when the 6th through 8th graders come and do their little walk around. And then our elementary buildings this year on Tuesday, August the 22nd, from 5 to 6:30 will be their open houses. So plan on joining us. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our first day. We kind of bring people in piece by piece. So our elementary kids, on Monday and Tuesday, there's no school, but they will be brought in by appointment to do some assessments. Okay, our teachers are going to spend some time with them, kind of get an idea about where they're at. That's on Monday and Tuesday of that week. And then on Wednesday, August the 23rd, our elementary kids come in full tilt, ready to go. Middle school, on that Monday, our 5th and 6th graders with last name A to L will be attending on that Monday. And the veterans, all right, the 7th and 8th graders, they're all in on day one, okay? On day 2, our 5th and 6th graders, last name M to Z will come in. And once again, all of our 7th and 8th graders will join us. And then on Wednesday, we're all in, ready to go. Here at the big house, there's no delay. We just bring them in day one. We're ready for them. High school starts on Monday, and we'll be ready to roll. Dr. Potts, Mr. Prescott will be ready for them. I love our schedule. I've said this numerous times. We come in, get 5 or 6 days in, and then we take a little recess. So we get our Chromebooks handed out, the paperwork handed out. We get our routines. We know where to stand. If we're kindergarten, we know where to go. Then we take a little break. We go enjoy the fair. And then after Labor Day, we come back on that Tuesday, and we don't miss a beat. We hit the ground running. Okay? So that's our schedule. Since my arrival, I've talked a lot about school safety and this hardening versus hardening piece, and I'm going to share a lot of good news with you all right now. The hardening piece, of course, is what can we do to the facility itself when it comes to deter about the mental health and wellness piece. What can we do to make connections with kids, the social and emotional piece? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what that looks like now. Said this back in the spring. Very happy that we received 400 addition and welcome to our high school. Everybody will enter those doors and be funneled into the secure vestibule now. versus just being allowed to come right into the high school. So my hope is day one, this is ready to go. Still got a little work to do, but we have made some great progress in there. In our other buildings, $100,000, like I said, per building. We have spent significant money on new PA systems for both our elementary schools and some more money for the middle school. We purchased Stop the Bleed for our transportation department. They'll have those in their buses. Significant amount of money for radios, for walkie-talkie communication. And we have just purchased window film, which will be put on all of our buildings, exterior doors and windows. This window film is bullet and smash resistant. It's not bulletproof, but it's resistant. If this gives us a minute or a minute and a half more time, every second counts. We're not going to tell you where that's at. Okay, obviously when it comes to safety plans, we don't divulge everything. But I can assure you we made a significant financial investment, and I want to thank Mr. Vito for heading that up, getting that very important window film in our buildings. And then we've also put significant dollars for middle school and elementary security cameras, so all four of our buildings are in good shape now when it comes to security cameras. Our high school had a year start already on that. And I come to our community tonight with some more fantastic news. And I want to applaud the Board of Education for making a significant investment in bringing some more police presence to the Canfield local schools. This gentleman here, Officer Mike Soroka, is not new to Canfield or to the schools. I believe he's a 20-year veteran, but he will be joining us this coming school year in our elementary schools. So we have our 2 SROs, and we're going to bring Officer Soroka on board as well, and he'll be with us day one. This is the hardening piece of the puzzle for me. But also, this is the heartening piece. Our PD, we know what they do, all right? They have weapons and things if they need them, but the other part that they bring is a kindness and a compassion and a welcoming to all of our staff and students. So glad to have him on board this year. So let me switch away from school safety and just give you some more updates. In the recent biennial budget, our legislators snuck a little something in there, and that's 6,000 pages, that basically said, hey, schools, you can all go ahead and continue with online ticket sales, but you must offer a cash option, all right? Now, this law doesn't come to effect till like the beginning of October. I think maybe it's October the 3rd. To be honest, I made the decision with assistance of our AD to just start the school year allowing the cash option. So if you go online, which we would encourage you to keep doing, the one reason why I like it is there's a lot less hands on these dollars, okay? The accountability is second to none. So we would encourage you to do that. It's still $7 plus a fee, so it ends up being $8 and some odd change. And if you come in person with cash, it's going to be $9 at the door. And we'll start that this fall, right out of the gate. Some other events going on. This is one of my favorites. I brought this to Canfield. This is one of my favorite days of the year. This is our Champions Day, where we bring all of our students from all of Mahoney County, and even outside the county actually, to come and join us for a day to celebrate our kids with special abilities. We have a game day experience with a band out there. We're all on the football field. Our student athletes here at the high school run all the different stations, and it's a great day. We're going to do that on Thursday, September 21st, and welcome everybody from Mahoney County and abroad to come and participate in that day. And I think everyone in Canfield knows my passion with our students with special needs, and this is a great day. We're looking forward to that. And also, our amazing PTA does a fantastic job with the annual community tailgate. That is going to be on Friday, September the 22nd. We'll have a DJ. We're going to have bouncy houses. I'm working the grill, so come in and get a free hot dog. We have chips and water. We always have a good time prior to the football game from 5 to 6:30. We'll be enjoying that. So that's kind of like a welcome to the school year. Let me transition just a little bit here to our bond issue overview, just to keep our community up to date on what's going on. So as you remember, our bond issue went down last May. We came together, put out a summer survey about a year ago, and we said, hey, we're going to do things a little bit different this time. And we have, okay? And if you've been listening to me talk for the last 3 or 4 months, we've kind of gone over this. But we had a great community meeting in September. And then October, November, December, we met in every building in the district. And our principals were there. We looked at the OFCC data on how to fix the buildings, the cost it was going to be. Principals gave their pros and cons of each of our buildings, and we took tours. That took us through December. And then we came back in January and probably had one of the best meetings I've ever been involved in as an educator. It was that educational visiting session. We had 60-some community members in the room. We just talked about Canfield and what do we want our facilities to look like in the next 50 years. Great day, and from there, I said, hey, if you want to be part of this planning committee, come and join us. And from meeting 1 to meeting 11, we had 40 to 50 folks come and give their recommendations on master plans. And in June, as you remember, I and another great lady came up here and we rolled out the recommendation to the board, okay? And that's where we landed. All of that material, all those meetings, all that data is on our district webpage. If you go to that little tab, facility project, you can get all of that on there and find out exactly what we were doing all those meetings and all those months. So here we go. As a reminder, the school district's going to place a $7.5 million bond issue on the November ballot. And obviously this is for new buildings. This is not operating money. So when you do a bond issue, all those dollars can go to our facilities, okay, just to make that clear with everybody in the community. As a reminder, the recommendation of the committee and the support of the board landed us right here. A new K-4 elementary school on the Hilltop site, a new middle school on the current middle school site, and renovations to the building that we are in tonight. So just real quick, once again, we're at Hilltop with our new K-4. We're going to have a little less than 1,000 students in there, 108,000 square feet. The current Hilltop building will remain. That was a recommendation of the committee. We're going to bring my people in to that building, but also look for some community partners to go in that facility as well. And I'm really looking forward to that option. Not sure where we're going to land yet, but have some good ideas, obviously, on what that could look like. And there'll be some road improvements that are going to be required. We're going to double the size of the kids on that site. That will be coming down the road. And you can see kind of an idea about where the site fit study places that new building, okay? So that would be to the west of the current Hilltop building, okay? So let's go to our new middle school, about 840 kids, 112,000 square feet. A big recommendation from our committee was we like 2 gyms, okay? Never have enough gym space. So the committee made the recommendation to build a second gym. That doesn't come along in the project. So the new school is going to be built to the west. I'll show you a picture of that. In the current middle school, we'll continue on. We'll coach them up in there until everything's done, and then that building will be baited and demo. Here's a nice little fit study, and I shared this at our July meeting that the treasurer and I did. This is a 2-story configuration, okay, of our new middle school. And I don't know if you can see these numbers, but there's like a 70-foot barrier here between Edwards and the build, and then 30 feet between the old and new. Those are just some standard safety protocols that the construction folks will follow. So that's the middle school situation. And then here at the high school, we have some significant needs for renovations that we're going to look at. We have roof and our parking lot, worried about drainage, which is a huge problem for us. We have some foundation issues actually right outside here in our cafeteria that's causing us some grief. And if we have enough money, we're hoping to do some windows and lighting as well. So when it's all said and done, we talked about this before. Here's the breakdown, okay, of what everything's going to look like. Here at the high school, we're looking at $15 million, okay, to fix those things that I mentioned. You can see the price for the middle school, elementary. We're going to bait and demo CH in the middle school, like I talked about. And we have a safety allowance in there for Hilltop as well, okay, which is co-funded, which is good. We talked about the additional gym, okay, it's going to come in about 3.6. The Hilltop road improvements, we projected about $1 million there. And then to kind of redo Hilltop a little bit to get my folks in there. As far as the administration goes, it's about $380,000 there. And you can see the $104.9 million all in. This is a new slide that I thought I'd put together for tonight with help of the treasurer. You can see the bond amount and the 7.5 mils. But people have asked, what's the interest on this? So it's been projected at about 4.8%. Obviously, we hope when it's game time that that's less, but that's a conservative estimate by the folks that help us with this. And the length of the bond issue is at 37 years. And I'll talked about this at that July meeting, but just kind of want to run this by everybody again. You can go on to the auditor's website and figure out how much this bond issue is going to cost. And I would recommend this, and I would recommend following the example that we give you, because a lot of folks aren't calculating this correctly and kind of getting themselves in some trouble here. So I just kind of want to give you a real quick example. If you put your address in, your name, your property pops up, and you get this number right here where it says total, okay? You take that total times 0.35, okay, that 35%, and then you take that number times the millage amount, and that is the dollar amount that you end up paying per year, okay? So you can go on and basically do this on your own, and we'll get this presentation online, so if you want to come back and refer to it, you're more than welcome to do that, but we would encourage you to do that on your own. It's kind of hard for us to talk about that. We can talk in generalities like this document. You know, we can come to this column and say, hey, if that is a $100,000 home, you get down here with the millage and all that, it's about $21.88 a month is what you would be paying once you did that calculation, okay? But we projected that all the way out there to the side so you can see what that ends up being for yourself. This was an interesting slide. I know it's hard to see here and at home, but the treasurer spoke about this at our July meeting as well. And here's what we're hearing. There's been things in the paper from the county auditor about how everyone's thinking with this reappraisal, there could be up to 30% increase in your property value, okay? Which could happen. We don't know that, but it could happen. But what people are saying is, if my property value goes up 30%, that means my property taxes are going to go up 30% as well. That is not accurate. It's not accurate. And we want to get that information out to people, make sure you're aware. And I'm going to bring you over here to this column. So the treasurer did a nice job of looking at a $100,000 home. And then she said, okay, let's say you got 20% increase, or a 30%, or even a 40% increase, which is significant, but let's just look at those possibilities. At the end of the day, if you come down to this column right here, if you have a $100,000 home and it's 20% increase, you would actually pay less. You would be paying less in property tax increase. Now, the reason why that happens is something that superintendents don't like, called House Bill 920, which basically says this: as inflation goes up and your house gets more and more and more, we can't collect any more money from you for schools, okay? Which has been in law since the 70s. But this is important for community people to understand that, yeah, if your property, if those numbers go up, your property values, it's not going to equate to property tax. So in this situation, we said, okay, you have a 30% increase, okay? The property taxes go up $100, which is a 5%, and then in this case, with a 40% increase, which is really significant, it goes up 13.2%. So the treasurer put this together just to kind of deal with a lot of that conversation out there. Now, remember, this is just property taxes. This has nothing to do with the bond levy. Okay, I talked about that earlier, two different silos, but we just want to make sure people understand that, okay? And any questions on this part, you know, be more than willing to give us a call. The treasurer can answer all those for you, but I appreciated Ms. Prince putting this together and wanted to articulate it to everybody again tonight. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to start talking more about this kind of stuff versus dollars. What's in it for me? What are the benefits? Okay? And we're going to spend the next couple of board meetings talking about that. Obviously, if we get everybody in one building with elementary, great opportunity for our teachers. Sharing services, all right, grade level meetings, class sizes are better. There's some possible cost savings there. You know, we're going to have a brand new middle school. You know, everybody in the community knows that we're in trouble there. Some great renovations here at the high school. We will get the best safety and security upgrades that construction has. Okay, that's what's going to come with this project, and that's my number one priority. Obviously, strong property values, and we talked about this before. There are some dollars from the OFCC down the road, a future credit of 16% of those co-funded dollars. So, like I said, we're going to talk a lot more about that moving forward, but, you know, why now? What's the urgency? Everybody knows that our buildings are aging. Operating them and maintaining them, those dollars are going up. Construction costs themselves will continue to increase. I mentioned the elementary class size issue, which is a tough one for us. I'm looking forward to creating flexible learning spaces and really looking at what's out there. I think a lot of folks in Canfield don't even know what the possibilities are, and I'm going to share that. And then we talked about the technology and safety features as well. So at the end of the day, we're excited. We've got a lot going on here in Canfield. Looking forward to another great school year. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Knoll. Very much appreciated. And again, you'll be able to find that presentation on our website, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, we'll
Okay.
get it on.
Great. At this time, I'd like to have a motion to accept the minutes from July 12th, 2023 from our regular meeting, which we had all ahead of time and had a chance to look over.
So move, Smallwood.
Second, Wilkerson.
Roll call?
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna pass the buck now over to our treasurer.
Okay, these are our year-end reports for June 30th. On the cash summary report, you'll notice that our initial cash balance to our ending fund balance, it did go down. As we said, we are in deficit spending. And while it looks like it went down from 17.6 to 16.9, if you factor in that we did advance some money out of the general fund and that will be coming back, it's really 17.6 million going to 17.2 million. So about $400,000 decrease in our carryover cash balance. Also on the cash summary report on the last page, we worked really hard in June to close out all the federal grants. And as you can see, all the 500 funds on page 3 were closed out, and we did get our money in for those. The check payment register, there's a significant amount of checks that we wrote in the end of June, trying to clear up everything for the year. So that's why it's lengthy. On page 3 at the bottom, City of Canfield for $64,000. This was our payment for the Eldon. Mr. Knoll spoke to that. That was the $95,000 was for the new elementary PA systems out of the school safety grant. And then the purchase order list, which only has 3 items on it. These were items that were just still in process that could not be cleared up at year end. And the bottom 2 are the secure vestibule project, which was going on. And then the top one is we're waiting on some buses from Myers Equipment that we have ordered well over a year ago now. So hopefully they're gonna be in by October.
How far off a projection
I'm sorry?
from their commitment to the time? I mean, how far off are they?
How far off? About 6 months.
Okay.
But still, it's a total 18 months, until you're getting them in, or a little bit less than that. And then the investment holdings, the money market rates still continue to rise slightly at Star Ohio and Farmers National Sweep account. You can see the rates there, 5.26 and 5.38%. Okay, any questions?
Patty, I had one.
Yes?
You said that $64,000 for the SRO. That's just for one?
So the, we pay for the second SRO that we have.
Right.
The first SRO is paid for by the township and the city.
And then we pay the full bill.
We
Up-
pay,
up front.
well, it's 75% of
It's 9 months.
the
So we
cost of
pay
the
all
second
9
one
months, though,
because
up
it's just
front.
9 months.
Okay, I just was curious. We pay the whole thing up front versus pay it like over months or each month or
Well,
something.
actually, this is the end. This is for the end of this school year. So he did the body of work. and we
Oh, this is
paid.
for the past school year?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I stand corrected. Thanks. That's what I was trying to understand. Thank you.
Yeah, next year we'll have $35 an hour for 7 hours a day for 175 days, $40-some thousand for that elementary one.
Great.
No.
Okay,
no,
okay.
I was gonna make the motion to approve.
Yes, please, may I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented?
So moved.
Second, Campbell.
Any discussion? We're good? Roll call, please.
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes. Do we have any comments? Did anybody wish to sign in or to speak? I think we have nobody. Okay. All righty then. On to new business.
All right, so we'll work with our consent agenda. Under hiring, we have Joe Caruso, the high school intervention tutor, effective for the 23-24 school year at $27.87 per hour for 7 hours a day. And Tricia Lights, C.H. Campbell kindergarten teacher, effective for the 23-24 school year at $53,232. And Dylan O'Hare, middle school tutor, effective for the 23-24 school year at $22.29 per hour, 7 hours per day. That was all in Exhibit 1 A through C. And under daily subs for the upcoming school year at $120 a day, Alyssa Lynch, Exhibit 1B. And under classified hiring, we have Mr. Greg Cooper, who will be serving as our interim athletic director effective August 1, 2023 at $60,000 for the year. Carla Hood will be our C.H. Campbell playground aide at $16.10 an hour at 2.5 hours per day effective for the 23-24 school year. And Katie Geisler, the high school special needs aide at 3.75 hours a day at $15.77 an hour. And Beth Buffkin will be the Hilltop special needs aide at 3.75 hours per day as well at $15.77 an hour. And Nicole Zenko will be the Hilltop special needs aide, 3.75 hours a day at $15.77 per hour as well. Those folks were in exhibit number 2. Under resignation, we have Donald Ketchum, custodian here at the high school, effective August 5th of 2023, and Donna Dahman, our transportation aide, effective August 7th of 2023. Bethany Crouch, cross-country coach at halftime, effective for the 23-23 school year. John Christie, middle school assistant football coach, effective for the 23-23 school year. And Alexa Hadley was our middle school intervention tutor, effective August 9th of 2023. Those were all in exhibit number 3. Also recommend the hiring of our extracurriculars that were found in exhibit number 4, and then a plethora of paraprofessionals for our band and choir, which is awesome. All those folks are being reimbursed by the boosters. So all those individuals as presented.
Okay. Based on the recommendation of our superintendent, may I have a motion/motions for the hiring of our licensed personnel, of our hiring of our licensed daily substitutes, our classified hires, our classified resignations, our extracurriculars, and our paraprofessionals.
So move, Smallwood.
Second.
Any discussion here? Can I ask a question? I'm sorry, Mr. Knoll?
Yeah.
On the mentors versus, can you explain that? The mentors that,
Yeah, so those folks under Mr. Vittle's tutelage
Okay.
Work with our new teachers to the district.
okay,
And Julie Webb is like our lead mentor, but
Okay.
those other folks are assigned to our new teachers just to kind of walk them through the year.
Okay.
And Mr. Vittle, they also kind of help with the rest of part 2, don't they?
It's a requirement for new teachers.
okay, thank you.
And there's a stipend that goes along with that.
Well, and I figured, I just wanted to clarify.
Yep.
Okay. Any other discussion here? Okay, may I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes.
I'd like to recommend approving of our out-of-state overnight field trip for our girls' golf team to travel to Tam O'Shannon, Hermitage, PA on August 19th to participate in a match.
Based on the recommendation of our superintendent, may I have a motion to approve our overnight field trip for our girls' golf team?
So move, Smallwood.
Campbell, second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes.
I'd like to recommend amending resolution number 24-2024 declaring transportation impractical for the students listed in exhibit number 6.
Based on the recommendation of our superintendent, may I have a motion for the amended resolution of 24-2024?
So moved.
Second, Smallwood.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes.
And I'd like to recommend approval of our foreign exchange student, who this year might be a little easier to pronounce, which I always enjoy. From España, we have Cesar Gomez Sanchez joining us.
Based on the recommendation of our superintendent, may I have a motion to approve our new foreign exchange student from Spain?
So moved. Wilkerson.
Smallwood, second.
Any discussion?
Just for my own reminder, do we, typically we have one a year?
We do. Yeah, some years we had two, and usually we get one from the Rotary. But this year, we do not. So this is another organization, but we've been running one or two since I've been here. I don't know, Mr. Ghetto, if you've got
It
it.
goes back.
I mean, it's been a pretty, I think it's been a pretty big tradition here in
Decades.
Canfield.
Is this a 6-month or 1-year program?
Are they here for the whole school year?
Whole
Yeah.
school year?
Yeah.
Entire- Okay,
That's always the goal.
great.
Is the student a senior, junior,
Oh, that's a
year?
good question.
Usually they come as a senior.
senior?
Yeah, I know, but don't qualify.
Sometimes it doesn't align very well,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We've had, yeah.
But usually the goal is to come and get a diploma from the school.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll double check on that.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes.
And I'd like to recommend approving the communication PR agreement with the Impact Group effective August 1 of 2023 through May 31 of 2024 at $50,000 for that time period.
May I have a motion to approve the recommendation of our superintendent to approve the communications PR agreement with Impact Group effective August 1 of this year through May of next year?
So move, Smallwood?
Second, Campbell.
Any discussion? Anyone? May I have roll call, please?
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
No.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes.
And I'd like to recommend approving the increase in our sub-teacher rate to $120 a day, and that will follow along with the COG. That's the increase that they have for this year as well.
Okay, based on the recommendation of our superintendent, may I have a motion to approve our sub-teacher rate to $120 per day?
So moved.
Second, Campbell.
Discussion?
Last year was 110.
It was 110, yeah.
When I did it, it was 65.
Joe, is that rate set by, I'm sorry,
What's that?
is that rate set by the state? I mean, how do we come up with that?
No, actually, we, us and some other districts use the COG, which I'm a board member of, to help us get subs. And what they've done is they look at all the data around and try to get a dollar amount that's competitive. So they kind of set that rate.
So that's paid by any school? All the schools are paying about the same?
Yeah, now,
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, there are some schools paying a lot more than 120.
Oh, well, okay.
I've seen some as high as 150.
What's that?
I said I've seen some as high as
There are some at
150.
150, and there are a few more than that even.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a competition really
Really?
for,
Okay.
for people to help us, so.
That it? Roll call, please.
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes. Okay. I don't have a donation.
Treasurer take care of the donations, or Mr. Kaplan?
If I can find it. Here it is.
Can you get one?
We just have one donation. Roseanne and Brian Paluso, $50 to the James Watkins Scholarship Fund.
Okay. Based on this recommendation. Do we need to approve
I
donations?
think we approved
Do we
donations,
approve
right?
donations?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Always.
Based on the recommendation of our treasurer, may I have a motion to accept our donation from the Paluso family, please?
So moved. Wilkerson.
Second, Smallwood.
Any discussion? I'd like to thank the Paluso family very much for their donation. Thank you, Mrs. Paluso and Brian. Roll call, please.
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes. Okay, at this time, we are going to enter into executive session. So can I have a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved. Campbell.
Second, Smallwood.
Okay, we're going to be moving into executive session. We will be out eventually. More than likely, no decision made on what we're entering for. So you are welcome to stay, or you are welcome to go back home, whatever your choice.
We need a roll call.
And a roll call, please.
Mr. Atway?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Smallwood?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson?
Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua?
Yes, thank you. Entering as,
You're just doing his again.
May I have a motion to re-enter?
No,
I need a motion.
Oh,
to adjourn.
We're just back from executive.
okay, we are just back from executive session at 7:41. At this time, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Everyone have a good night. Thank you.
Okay.